like Lego, you like talking about Lego, you like seeing Lego built, you like asking about favorite sets and seeing what sets are being built, then thanks for joining this live stream. Already see a few mentioned in the stream in the chat. So Romy Bricks, hope you're still here. Might be catching up with the stream. No worries. Happy building. First like incoming, says Romy Bricks. And Henry, welcome Henry. Good to see you, Henry Leach. All right, so I am almost done with this very cool Winter Village Fire Station set. Hopefully the lighting's okay, but the front facade, you got the snowman, the garland, the tower. I sorted it out, got it figured out, so it looks nice and even. I guess it just took some quiet concentration and got everything evened out. I don't know what issue I had when I could not get these two walls. These two are not these two walls. These two walls lined up, the corner walls with the nice lattice. I just could not get that lined up, but off camera, it worked. So fair enough. But yeah, the building is almost done. Just gonna put the roof, and then here's the interior, trying to get keep everything intact here. So this is a set 10263. It's retired. It was released in 2018, and just a really cool Christmas set. One of the annual Christmas sets that Lego puts out every year, and it looks pretty good. So I like to rebuild it, of course, during Christmas. And yeah, just this time to share with you guys. Alexandria, welcome. Good to see you here. Thank you, Alexandria. Yeah, welcome to Henry. Henry, thank you for the like. So as you drop in and see the live stream, I will be finishing up this build. Just got to do the roof, a lot of beige brick pieces, and you get to see the installation of the light brick, which after all this time, it still works. So maybe the lighting's good to see this, and the cool fire station flag also. Another favorite part of this set, of course, all jammed here because I had to transport things. You'll notice this is not the usual location, but the minifigure. So you could count the statue as one. Let me get him in place. You've got our little baby minifig, well, standing on top of the gifts here. Mom pushing him on a sled. You've got the one alone, maybe the dad, on the ice skating rink by himself here, with a kind of like a hockey stick, but maybe just like a stick, just in general. Two of the fire station house members with their respective tools, giant wrench, and all helmeted up. I love that gold kind of plating look there. And whoa, gotta find, oh, there they are. This guy's torso was not connected, so maybe he's the fire captain. I was thinking that this guy is, but maybe he's the band member with his green epaulets as a musician. And here's the real fire captain. After all, he's got the axe in hand. Okay, so let me get the statue kind of in an action pose. Maybe kind of holding a light torch here. So there's the ice skating ring all set up, and put him there. Of course, our guy with ice skates all ready to put in position, and we'll get all the fire station members ready to pose as well. I don't know, I might have to have this guy grip onto something so he doesn't fall down. There you go. He's an amateur skater, so he doesn't fall down. He's got to lean onto the wall here. So I'll do that. So welcome to BrickTherapy23, building up the Winter Village Fire Station. This was a creator set from 2018. This is an alt brick version. And I'm finishing just the last few bits here, putting the roof together. The most time-consuming part are all the one-by-one plate hook or clip pieces that will kind of form more of a decorative look here to the roof line. So that's what I'm building up here. So if you like Lego, you like building Lego, please stay tuned and I'll finish this setup. And then the idea is to sort out and get the Santa sleigh revitalized, put back in place. So there we go. Star Wars Motion. Have not seen you in a while. Welcome back. Abner, hello. Thanks for joining the channel here as we build up the Winter Village Fire Station. You can kind of see it in the background here. Let me turn the camera a little bit. And again, a 2018 set, retired a while ago. And I think it's probably one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best winter sets out there. Let's see, last year they had the North Pole one, or the post office one. I wasn't really interested in that. And now this year they got the train, the winter train set, which might be cool, but I don't think it comes with a motorized component. So you have to get that separate, even though you pay $130 for it. Suey Jasper, welcome back. Abner says, make a boat. A boat, don't have any pieces for a boat, but here's a compromise for you. Here's a pirate ship. This is from our, what's it called? The El Dorado Fortress set, I believe. This is a cool mini boat. There you go, I made it right there. Boom, there you go, my friend. The boat, you gotta leave a like for that. That is worth a like in itself and a subscribe, I think, you know, building a boat on demand. Star Wars Motion, life has been crazy. Understood, man. I understand that every day brings some new challenges. So I understand that. Are you building the Christmas sets? Yes. Suey Jasper, this is it right here. The winter, oh, put it better in the screen, I guess. Let me see, turn that camera again a little bit more that way. So yeah, finishing up this set. Gonna put the roof on and this set will be done. Yes, Roman Bricks, we got moved to a different location, but now you can see more of the collection here behind me. You might be able to recognize some of the builds here. Some of them are in various states of repair. Some mocks. Here's a soccer field that my son built, little brick therapy. Maybe you recognize a little Lego truck. And I don't know. Yeah, I think you guys could recognize some of those sets. But yeah, built up just for you guys, just to show off a little bit more of the collection. So yeah. Wow, that's a lot of Lego, says Star Wars Motion. Well, it is Brick Therapy, so we have to have a lot of Lego. So yes, that set is so cool, says Star Wars Motion. El Dorado ship is a bit small than what I thought it to be. Actually, yeah, Roman Bricks, maybe it is, but you know, when I held it in my hand here, it's pretty good because you're also getting the Fortress set. So yeah, this is kind of be like a skiff, kind of maybe a small ensign ship against, you know, a galley or a captain ship. But I don't know, it's still great. Look at the sails. The sails are pretty sweet. The build is actually really good. Kind of a mini tall ship build. But yeah, it's right here next to El Dorado Fortress. We kind of put it out on a more wall display, or lined it up all sideways, opened up all the entire fort. Tommy, hello there. Welcome, Tommy. Let's see, Dixie Wrecked. High five, yeah, well done, Dixie Wrecked, picking up on the Brick Therapy greeting. I love it. So welcome to you guys. Star Wars Motion says, a good kind of crazy though. I made a new friend, says Star Wars Motion. Very cool, Star Wars Motion. Friends are great. Yes, namaste from India. Roaming Bricks, chiming in. Roaming Bricks, it's probably what? Is it already, oh, it's gotta be. Like Wednesday late morning? Or not Wednesday, Tuesday late morning over there? That would be really far ahead if it was Wednesday. How's everyone doing? Star Wars Motion, very cool. Dixie Wrecked, yes. Second high five, there you go. Tommy, welcome. Carlos, what's good? Welcome, Carlos. Good to see you guys. All right, 4 medals, let's go. Leave a like as you sign in and say hello. and welcome to the live stream on hopefully a decent Monday evening for you guys, or hope you had a good Monday. And let me, let's see, I'm gonna catch up a little bit here on where I am on the last part of the build, the roof, so you guys can see that. That's all that's left. But with all the accent pieces and everything, of course, it's gonna look amazing. You know, I'll have more of that kind of decorative look with the flag on top. So let's get this finished as I chat with you guys. And actually, you know what? I think I might use the PDF version. It's a lot easier to see what's going on here. Alexandria will welcome you guys in, or Star Wars Motion, or Roaming Bricks, because we got all the cool mods here. You give the best high five, says Dixie. There you go, Dixie. That's another one. I love that. Do you build Roblox? Or is it Roblox? Logo or Lego? Abner, I guess I don't, because I don't know what that is. Unless it's just another form of a brick company. But yeah, if you do, tell me what some good sets are. I am all into just building Lego right now. As you can see, the collection here is you know, quite extensive, and enjoy building with my family. And so, yeah, this is what I'm working on right now. But if it's Roblox or Roblox, is that a different brand, or that's just another theme of Lego? I'm not sure, or maybe you guys know. I have the power of goofiness on my side, says Star Wars Motion. Yes, sir. Roblox. Okay, Roblox. No, but name some sets. Abner, curious. What are some sets you would recommend? Because that's fun to learn about another theme or another brand of brick building. Like there's Lumi Bricks, Panacea, Mold King. Those are different ones I've heard about. But yeah, let's see. I don't know if I've heard about all the ones. You know, there's so many themes, of course. I don't know if I know about all those. Okay, so just making sure I get all this roof section set up correctly. It looked like I was missing a couple of hook pieces. So yeah, there's a lot of these one by one, these pieces right here to line up all across. So I think I got most of them, just making sure, because then you cover it with these plates, the regular 2x6 or 2x4 plates, and then you got yourself a bona fide kind of vintage looking early 20th century architecture build. And I was kind of classifying this as a kind of like a mini modular, just because of, yeah, the way it stands up. So have the other modulars in the other room, so I won't compare those right now, but we'll just focus on the Christmas builds we got here. And then I'll be able to finally, my plan was to complete this set on Saturday, and then that tower threw me off big time, and I got a little bit of frustration going, and I thought, you know what, I'll just continue with it later. So here we are. But here we are to finish now and finally show off this set. Okay, there we go. So we got the roof line. I think that looks pretty even now. Already looking all nicely complete. So yeah, let me see what you guys are saying here. Hey, Troy. Troy's here, Tommy's here. Festive Candle by BrickCraft. Oh, okay, that's one. That's a cool one. Let's see. I'm sticking to Lego. In the new year, says Roaming Bricks. Yes, Roaming Bricks. There's a lot. Even in January, there's going to be so many good sets, probably. And then one of the most inexpensive ones, but I think it's probably going to want to be the most popular, is the Back to the Future Speed Champions car, the DeLorean. So that's going to be a lot less than the big set that's been out for a while. So yeah, I like that. I'm gonna purchase more Warhammers to Star Wars Motion. Abner says, be right back. No worries, Abner. Do you have Avengers Tower, says Troy. Well, Troy, yes, but not the new one, right? Can you see it right there? It's the, I guess, play scale size one. So we have that version. I think that came out probably when the Endgame movie was released. So what, 2019 or so? A little bit smaller of a set, but, and then there's an even older, or yeah, an older version of the Avengers Tower. But of course, the UCS scale size one, that's the newest one. Don't have that one, but that one looks great. That would be a cool set. That kind of rivals the Death Star, right? In the count, in terms of count of minifigures. There are a lot of great sets coming out in the new year. Yes, Alexandria, exactly. Oh, there's the Ninja. If you guys like Ninjago, the blacksmith house looks amazing. The new modular, the shopping center, I want to see that one built up. And at the Lego store, kind of reserved opinion for it, but other than when I saw the picture of it released by Lego, it didn't make me go, oh wow, like the one this year did, the Tudor Corner, or yeah, the Tudor Corner one. That looked great. Romy Brick says, anyone want a free copy of the Hallworks Legacy game worth $30? Very cool. Troy is back. Claim your gift, says Roman Lego. Roman Lego on up to a giveaway here, apparently. Never too old for Lego. Psh, all right. So as you guys can see, when we in the last episode, I had struggled with this tower here, but now it is all put together and the set is finally ready to complete. Of course, this build is something you could do relatively quickly on your own, you know, if you're just working quietly. This is a great brick therapy build. We'll have to do like a brick therapy rating. So this is a great build just to construct on your own in the quiet and enjoy, you know, some Christmas music, some hot cocoa, some Christmas lights, and relax as you build something up like this. This is a great set for that. And doing it on the live stream is also fun, but apparently that tower, and I knew when I got to that part of the build, I don't know what it is. It's because you have like two jumper pieces on the corners here, and then this is a hinged piece that like closes like a door, and then you attach it sideways, and for whatever reason I couldn't line up the panels at all during the live stream. I was struggling. I took the tower apart, or you guys saw, I took the tower apart a few times. If you're there at that point, or maybe you just gave up on me, but I just had to, you know, put it on hold and then look at it like a few more times, and then I don't know what it was. Everything lined up perfectly, of course, off stream, and so I didn't get to brag to you guys that I figured it out. But now you can see the tower is here. It's connected. It's all evened out. It looks great, and this set just needs to be put together and on display, and start turning this display into a Christmas scene. And put that big Christmas tree build that I have that's on Assembly Square in the middle of the table. So there we go. A little more progress on the roof. Now it's got some white trim, or maybe this is, you know, with these corner pieces with the little arrow down, or these like spade-shaped pieces here to be snow. So yeah, Abner, hello, welcome back. Troy says, favorite Spider-Man build? Ooh, good question, Troy. Let's see if you can see behind me this way. Favorite Spider-Man build? Well, there's Daily Bugle, but I'm gonna say it's this. It's the bridge. This set, I think that set's like a 2017 maybe set. I have to look that one up. The Spider-Man bridge, my favorite is that one. And that set I found that for a crazy discount. So when we were living overseas, there it is over my shoulder. That's a great set. It's kind of like a Brooklyn Bridge build. Looks awesome. Found that on sale for new in the box, everything at a store. We're living overseas for $45. So yeah, not passing that one up. That was a crazy sale. Back in the day when you get, 75% discounts for Lego when they're when they were bringing in new stock and getting rid of old stock. So cool. Roaming Brick says, for any Spider-Man fan, it's the Daily Bugle at the top position. There you go, Roaming Bricks. Troy says, yes, looks great, says Alexandria. Does anyone else like painting mini Star Wars motions all over the place? Star Wars motion. Where's the Lego questions? Alexandria says, favorite that I own in recent Spider-Man is the train scene set. That is a great set. Yes, Alexandria. That one is on sale, I think, not through Lego, but I think I've seen it on sale through Walmart or Amazon. So yeah, that would be a great set to pick up if you're building up your collection of Spider-Man sets. All right, so we got the light brick assembled, and now the bell tower section. So let's see here. I've got, this should be somewhat less complicated than most parts. And I can't wait to finish this roof here and get it all situated into place. So yeah, good question. Was that Abner who asked favorite Spider-Man set? And then favorite Marvel set is another question. Although, it might be, I don't have it, Abner might ask this also, the Avengers Tower, the newer one, although now it's a few years old, the UCS version of the Avengers Tower, that would be probably my favorite. I don't own it, but I think, most people would say that is an awesome set. You get, whoops, oh, thank goodness. That thing went flying, and I thought it was gonna go under this table, and I'll never find it. So that could have been a building dilemma, disaster. Then I couldn't finish the roof. You'd be digging underneath the table. But I think the Avengers Tower would be probably, if I had to say, one of the best. That would be it. The new Avengers Tower. Okay, so we got, it's kind of like a mission bell, like a California Mission, if you are familiar with those kind of white adobe buildings, but that's what that looks like there. All right, gonna finish up the top of the bell tower. And this is all, let me get these out of here. This is all that's left. All that's left of what's to build here. This is so cool. I love when I finish with a set you guys on live stream, and then what to do next, which will be the Santa's sleigh. So, okay, got to line this up right. And I guess it just kind of, I forget how what the effect is supposed to be, but there you go. Not bad. And the flag goes here on the top, and I don't know what I'm missing, but I have, oh, maybe it's a snowman. I think I forgot. There's got to be another layer for a snowman to go on here. So let me get him. I'm like, why is that round white piece there? It shouldn't be like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, roof placement, and there we go. Let's make sure. Yep, last page. This is the stage we're at, the final page where everything's supposed to look complete. And drum roll, we've got the Winter Village Fire Station roof. There we go, snapped into place. Get all the minifigures. Got an extra helmet for when the fire station members are called into action. So I'll just attach this. I don't know where. The roof's probably not the best place for it. I'll just put it here. Gotta have the saxophone, fireman, and all the minifigures on top just for like a guard tower here. There we go. Okay, so the 10263 fire station set all complete. Got the truck, which would go in the garage in the back. And the Christmas tree. Let's get these brick separators out of the way. Apparently you need 3 brick separators to finish the build. But there we go. So I'll have to kind of rearrange this display behind me. But I think the Daily Bugle could be a pretty good fire station set. You got to give a shout out to the old school Sanctum Sanctorum back there, Doctor Strange set there, a very cool MCU set. But here we go, Winter Village Fire Station all set. Please leave a like. Thanks for joining. I know some of you guys are in and out, so welcome to everyone. So awesome, looking great. Thank you, Tommy. Let's see, Amy Montague. Welcome, Amy. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. Let's see, I'm almost to 300 for the Titanic. Check you out. Already gone up in value. Getting close, very close to halfway point now, right? So 350 more and you have the amount you need, or, you know, plus tax. But hey, maybe you got some, do you have insider points? Maybe you don't need as much. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night and Merry Christmas. Thank you, Star Wars Motion. Peace and out. Merry Christmas. Star Wars Motion, always good to have you here, man. Thanks for joining in. And all right, let's put the Winter Village station right here. And so the fire truck, so these doors open, right? And, you know, kind of gingerly kind of fits in here, but, you know, it's like the full width or the depth of the firehouse. So it's not exactly, you know, completely enclosed. Of course, it's just a display piece in the back, which is fine, you know, so like that. So then these doors would close and then you have the fire truck all parked and tucked in behind, you know, if you wanted to set up that way. But you got to have everything on display here. So there we go. Got the ice rink. And I guess, you know, you could set it up the way the picture has it. How does the picture have it? Yeah, it's got more backdrop scenery for you to make it look even more wintry. So, but there we go. We even got a bench. Maybe the ice skating ring's over here. The fire truck's got to be in the middle. But yeah, very cool set. So this is, again, probably my favorite of all these winter Christmas themed sets that come out every year by Lego. Right now it's the train, but I like that one. That one looks great. So we'll leave that up and let's part out the next thing here, which is kind of built already from last time. But this is a set I think is pretty popular right now. Of course, it's Christmas, so, or it's getting close to Christmas. So this is, actually I got 2 builds in here. And one I forgot about. So this is 40499 Santa's Sleigh. So some people have said, maybe it was you, Never Told for Lego, you bought 2 of these and you know, made it with 8 reindeer instead of 4. So I might not have much to do with this build. Let's see, you've got a present brick. So there's the sleigh, already looking cool. I don't think I need to take that apart. I don't want to take it apart again, but the build, in case you're considering it, I think there's a secret compartment back here. Whoops. For whatever Santa needs inside, a bunch of candy canes, I guess. So yeah, it's got like a secret stowaway place here. And it slides back in, then you can put the door back on. would you call that, a trunk to the sleigh? I don't know. And then you've got the blades, skis, blades, whatever, to the sleigh. And, you know, some cool, I think those were sticker pieces. And then the very luxury seating for the inside of the sleigh. I like the logo there of the sleigh. So another cool added piece to these winter sets. So let's see, Amy Montague, almost halfway to the Titanic. Very cool. How do you get insider points? Oh, good question. Very good question. So Alexandria said, yeah, you have to become a Lego insider. Then every set you buy from Lego website is worth points. So yeah, Amy, it's free. You just need an email. Go to lego.com and join, basically, it's like a newsletter. Join their newsletter. And you get to be, you just share your email. It's kind of fun. Then you get, if you want to, you can add your address and everything, and then get the Lego catalog sent to you, and maybe some other fun mailers off and on. And then, yeah, every time you buy a set through Lego, you can go to, if you're close to a Lego store, or a Lego, or just going on the Lego website, then yeah, you get insider points. So up until yesterday, for example, there were the double insider points. So depending on when you buy Lego, look out for things like that. Double insider points, where you buy Lego sets and you get a point value, which basically equals a dollar value when you buy Lego. So that could mean, depending on the amount of points you get. So let's see, about 2,000 insider points would be close to about $20, $25. And then the further up you go, 6,000 points is like $50. And then, you know, it just adds up from there. And you think, oh, that's a lot. But you get, if you buy like a big set, like if you buy the Titanic, you're gonna already have quite a lot of points. So if you get the Titanic, especially if you buy it during when double insider points are offered. So you know, depending on when you buy it, so you're about halfway there. There'll definitely be another opportunity for double insider points. But you'll get 4,420 insider points alone for the Titanic. So that's already, and Lego now, they used to just make the insider points in increments of like $5, but now they just add your points, or you can use your points at any amount, whether it's a $5 discount, an $8 discount, $30 discount, and so on. So with 4,000 points, gosh, you'd have close to like a $30 discount on the next set you buy. So yeah, think of it strategically. Let's say you're buying the Titanic, but then, you know, there's another set you want to get after that. Then try to buy the Titanic, or especially the bigger sets. Try to buy those sets when there's double insider points available, and you will be rewarded with a lot of points that you can take advantage of later on. So like for example, a lot of these sets here we bought in the background here, but then you added up the points, and then, you know, when you get up to the thousands of point range, especially when you get to like the 10,000 point range or higher, then you're talking about, you know, $100 discount on the next purchase and so on. So yeah, don't be intimidated by the price or the point value, because it'll add up quickly. And so let me just get some things set out here. All right, so we've got, of course, this guy's probably the most important, right? We need him. We need this guy, and then I got to build up that upscale Santa. And of course, we need the driver for the sleigh. So let's basically set up this display here. You can see, actually, let me do this. When you finish the set, you know, you've got, there's the trunk part I was saying. Yeah, you can throw in a random carrot, you know, reindeer food, all the gifts in the back there, Santa in the driver's seat, and the 4 reindeer. So, the front view of it. So that's what I'll be building. Oh, and then another thing to add up to that, in case you didn't know, Amy, when you buy a Lego set from anywhere, let's say you find a Lego set that's a better deal at Target. You'll notice on your instructions, this is not one of them, but you'll notice in your instructions there's a QR code. So if you scan that QR code, then you get another 20 insider points from that. So even if you get a Lego set from somewhere else, you can still add up insider points through the QR code. It's not that much, but you know, once you become a Lego collector, it adds up quickly. And also on the Lego website, there'll be like easy trivia games or just little tasks type questions like, oh, vote on the next set or leave your opinion on something here. And then you end up getting insider points for doing those things here and there. So there's a lot of ways to add up your insider points. And then if you look further into the Lego website, then you'll notice since you have an insider membership, there'll be special offers that you can buy with your insider points, kind of in the similar theme as a gift with purchase. So like a mini Lego build, you know, with a minifigure or two or some other collectible build. Just know that when you trade in those insider points to use for these special giveaways, it's like the equivalent of probably spending about $20 to $30. So if you want to save those points for something else, then, you know, like another giant Lego set, then do that. So yeah, good question, Amy. How do you get insider points? Join the Lego website, put your email, and you become a member, and it's free, and it works out pretty well. So our insider points, like the bigger set, more points you get. Yeah, the bigger set, the more points you get. Probably, you know, you could compare, like if the Titanic is worth 4,000 insider points, then a smaller set, like, you know, pick any theme. Let's say, for example, a Speed Champion set, maybe. Let's see, if we did Speed Champions, you know, those are like on average about a $25 or so to $30 set. Then you'll get somewhere around like 200 or maybe 180 to 200 points. But when you buy a set during double insider points, that's when you really stock up. So basically, in general, when you're buying Lego from the Lego website, do it strategically if you can. I mean, sometimes sets just come out and you want to get it right away. You know, you want to buy something on release day. That's one thing, depending on how in demand or rare the set is. For example, like the Star Trek set when that came out, that was like, you needed to buy that day one. So that's a different example, but the Titanic set has been out for a while. So if you wanted to get the Titanic set, then buying strategically means, you know, Lego has these special weeks throughout the year. I want to say the double insider points comes out fairly often, maybe every 6 weeks or so. There'll be some kind of double insider points. It could be for anything you buy on the Lego website, or it could be something that a certain theme that Lego wants you to buy, and basically encourage people to a set they want to get rid of for, you know, various reasons. But buying strategically, buy when there's double insider points. They always offer a gift with purchase. And if it's a sale, that would be a triple way to earn insider points. So like, for example, during Black Friday week, there were some sets on sale, and they had double insider points going and a giftable purchase. Then you're getting way more for your money. You're getting an extra Lego set. You're getting insider points, which is discount for the next Lego purchase you buy, and then of course a savings on top of all that. And then there's another thing you should check out called Rakuten, where you get cash back from Lego. And depending on the type of theme and set it is, that could also mean a 3% discount, or 2.5% discount usually, but all the way up to 20% cash back. And then that literally comes back to you right away as cash back, or within, I think they do their cash back rewards like after every quarter basically. And then, if you bought a few Lego sets within a 2 or 3 month period, then you're gonna get like a $20 to $30 to $40 cash return, like if you bought the Titanic, coming back to you through PayPal or some other vendor you use. So there's a lot of ways to kind of be a savvy consumer. Of course, the winner in all of it is Lego, because they're getting you to spend money on their product. But at the same time, you are also benefiting because you're already a collector, and those are sets you were going to buy anyway. And so the added benefit of getting something like that is plus some discount as well, is pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Okay, so I've got the reindeer thing. Let me think. Trying to see what, okay, maybe it's this one. I've got like two different, I have this must have been a giftable purchase. So I have this Christmas, carriage ride build, but it also has a horse-drawn mechanism versus Santa's sleigh, which has reindeer. I put them both in the same bag, so I'm trying to keep it separate. And then of course get another Santa minifig, so that's kind of fun. So yes, Amy, lots of good questions about insider points. Alexandria says, yes, the website tells you how many points each set is. Jimmy, I'm going to sleep for the first time in 3 to 4 days. Oh man, Jimmy, welcome back, and thanks for being here, and get some rest for sure. Alexandria says, and the Lego operators who take orders have no problem telling you how much points you'll earn if you ask. Yes, they are very friendly. Lego customer service is really good. Whether you email or call or otherwise, they're very helpful. No complaints there. Do you get a point on old retired sets like the Ewok Village? Good question, Tommy. No, the retired sets, you would not get any points because Lego wouldn't sell those anymore. You'd be buying those from a private seller or maybe Bricklink. The only way you would get points from those sets, like I said, and they're not, older sets don't, I've noticed, I don't know when they started doing the QR code. I would say any sets from like around 2019 and after probably have the QR code on the instructions. But if you don't see that, then yeah, there's no points for that. It's just the joy of adding it to your collection. That Ewok Village is a huge set. So yeah, at least for now, I don't know, maybe Lego will say, register your entire collection with us and earn insider points. But yeah, it's a good question, Tommy. Actually, maybe ask customer service. Maybe that's something Lego's considering. But yeah, or yeah, if you do buy a used set and the person gives you the instruction book and it does have the QR code and they never added it, maybe they're not a Lego Insider member, then you could get the 20 points that way if they happen to not use it themselves. But yeah, that's about it. And I don't think the Ewok Village that's been retired for a while. I do not think that one is, didn't even get to that point where they offered insider points like that. That was back in the VIP points days, probably. Damos, welcome. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Okay, so the Winter Village vintage fire station is done. And as you guys can tell, in a different venue. So leave a like for the different venue. If you like seeing the collection behind me, it's a little different. So fun to be here showing some more of the Lego collection that way. So as you can see, one of the coolest sets behind me is right there, and a couple other Marvel sets and some random mock builds. The Lego truck, also a favorite. That was a fun scouting missions, trying to find that set when it came out. That one was pretty darn popular actually when the yellow Lego truck came out. For whatever reason, man, there was high demand for that set, and it was pretty fun when we got that one. And then what else was I gonna say? Also, I think ended up not getting that through Lego, but Costco had that sale, or had a really good sale on that truck. So it was $100. It's still out there. It's still on shelves. The yellow truck there. It's a $100 set, but I've seen that drop in price a few times. A fun build, a Lego themed build to add to your collection. So that one definitely, it's kind of like the in the spirit of the Fortnite Battle Bus. I really, there's some sets you just want to get. You're not really a collector of that theme, but you just want that set. Damos, hello. I don't know if I gave you a high five, Damos. So welcome again. Tommy says, do you get points on old retired sets, Ewok Village? No, you don't, unfortunately. But like I was saying, maybe someday. All right, I'm trying to figure out what I did here. Maybe someday Lego would offer something for that, because that would be really cool. Most definitely, that would be a fun situation. All right, trying to see. Okay, I have got to put the reindeer connection here in place. Just trying to see how I did this last time. So must have been like this. So you gotta have the reindeer train attached. They have these little clips on the side, and then the harness right there. So just looking at the setup here, since I haven't built it, don't remember how all these builds work exactly. So just trying to get it all back to the way it was, and get these reindeer back to work. Get them back to work. So we got one side. Oh my goodness, all right. Got one side of reindeer here, and let's see. I don't know why. I'm sure there was a rhyme or reason, but I'm trying to remember why I had it, whoops, built up the way I did. So just putting the brick pieces here together. So welcome, Damos. And if you are a Lego enthusiast, you like Lego, you like building Lego, you like building Christmas Lego sets, then please join the channel, leave a like, subscribe, try to live stream often, especially during these Christmas holiday, these holiday days. What am I trying to say? These holiday days that are coming up, and share these fun builds with you, and talk about Lego, talk about a fun collecting theme, and just see what you guys like to collect as well. And there are a lot of fun sets, as we're saying. Romy Bricks had pointed this out. There's a lot of fun sets coming out in 2026. And I think two, which actually is pretty cool, that are coming out, which are not super expensive. Well, one of them anyway, is the Back to the Future one. The Back to the Future Mandalorian Speed Champions car. So as you guys know, the Mandalorian, the current one is like a more like a UCS kind of scale size build. Giant Mandalorian car that's I think a $200 set. I've seen it on Walmart for quite a while as on sale for about 180. But now we won't be priced out if you want to collect that set or a version of it. Then the Speed Champions version, of course, looks like the way to go. So one possible set to look forward to add to your collection and not have to spend a ton of money on, which would be great. And again, that's one of those themes. I don't really collect Speed Champion sets, but a cool theme nonetheless. I've gotten a few. Speaking of Speed Champions, you can't beat Santa. That's looking really cool, man. Got the half team right there, half team of the reindeer. And the other team clips in to this side, so you can kind of see right there the clip-in pieces, nice printed pieces, and the Santa sleigh in the background. All these nice decorations. This is a set that's out right now. I don't know if it'll be out next year, but it's pretty popular. I've seen it on sale off and on. Obviously, if you get it during the summer or something like that, you're gonna probably find it at a better price than right now. Of course, everything's in demand when people want it the most. But this set definitely is very cool. And let's see, I've got a couple more of these guys, reindeers to add to the team here. Actually, I don't remember what this dude is, but he's reindeer number 5. So is this Rudolph? Is this the Rudolph guy? I know his nose is not red though. But yeah, here's one of these reindeer guys up close. Love the horn pieces. I don't think anything is really buildable on this other than this part here in the middle where you put like a saddle or something. So in case you were curious about that. And let me see, I'm just gonna switch around the build here. So let's see, get the decorations right. So you got a little clip like that snap and kind of like a saddlebag on one side. Little corner plate piece there, and there we go. Snap them into place, and whoops, there we got the reindeer team all connected. And I guess, yeah, if you bought another one of these, you just extend right there in the front the pipe pieces, the Lego, I don't know how else to call it, the Lego pipe pieces, those gold pieces. And then you got a team of 8. Is that the right amount of the official reindeer names? Donner, Blitzen, and so on. All right, time to add the driver. And Santa has his list, right, of everyone's name. Apparently it would be a pretty big list if it was every kid. So there we go, got his carrot to feed his reindeer. Put him into place here. You can kind of sort of see him in the bottom of the, actually, maybe I'll stand him up because this dude's got a lot of weight here to direct and carry in the sleigh. And then of course, the various gifts, you know, kids want skis or wrapped gifts. All these random pieces. I don't know if they necessarily stick in here. You've got a teddy bear and another set of skis, ski poles, and maybe even a pretzel to feed everyone. So I'll just kind of throw all that in there. Those are the gifts. And then if you pull out the trunk, you're gonna have a candy cane, or the carrot actually can go in there as well. So there we go, there's Santa's sleigh. Whoops. Knocking off all the decorative pieces, don't wanna do that. Got the sleigh all built up here with all the gifts. I don't know if they all fit. Looks better in the picture. The guitar is supposed to kind of be a showpiece. All right, there we go. Sorta. And the ski. But yeah, that kind of looks good. A little more sloppily, hastily put. All the gifts of Santa's sleigh. You get the 4 reindeer. You get the build where they all attach there in the middle to those clip pieces and the piping that goes through. And I don't think these are printed pieces. They're all the sticker pieces to kind of give the full design. And then of course you get these nice gold decorative pieces that are used like in Ninjago, and probably the Lunar New Year, kind of those gold decorative rod pieces. Santa with his list, also a sticker piece, carrot to feed the reindeer, and all the gifts in back. And then of course, just to show off, let me disconnect the reindeer here for a second. Probably a fun addition is the trunk. You can pull that out and hide some more stuff in there. Maybe a carrot or two, or a candy cane like this. And that's fun. You can slide that back into place. And Santa's got himself a pretty nice little craft here with the decorative part there as well. So there we go. We built up and finished, or completed, a partially built set and finished the Winter Village fire station, and had some good questions from you guys, especially what are the advantages of Lego Insider Points? Always a good question to ask. And got an extra reindeer here. This guy's looking, he must be, I'll have to look up where I got him. I had him in this bag, but he must be part of a different set. And we've got an extra Santa here, so maybe these two guys. Oh, I think you might go with the other build here I got here. So preview for next time, I'll do this Santa workshop village here. So that's right, Tommy. Rudolph is in the lead. So there we go. Let's kind of zoom in here. We've got the winter build here. We've got the, I'll put Rudolph and Santa in the lead here. We've got the winter carriage is all, whoops, off track. We've got the driver here. I'll have to fix that guy. He's also got, whoops, he collapsed, he gave up. And we've got the Santa sleigh. This is probably, if you don't have this set, find it for a reasonable price. I don't know if it's sold out in most places, but that's a good one. And then of course, 10263 finished up the vintage winter fire station. So a fun build. And then we got to show off kind of the rest of our collection here in the background. So yeah, Donner and Blitzen, that's right. Lee Deer, Rudolph, you got it. Although that's a good point, Tommy. The Lee Deer Rudolph should have a red nose, but he doesn't. And this one doesn't either. So I don't know. So thanks for joining me, guys, on this live stream in a new location. We will talk to you soon. Maybe build from here again tomorrow, and share with you guys some more Christmas holiday Lego builds. Thanks for joining. Have a good night.